So use your bad art as information. Hello, my friend. Thank you for being here. Today I want to talk about the bad art and why we need it. Because we do. I know I always talk about this, but when I did 100 days of drawing in a row, I learned a lot of things. And if you haven't seen that video, please go and check it out because it tells you all the details. But in summary, one of the things that really stuck with me was how you have to take the bad with the good. Almost that in order to do good art, I have to do the bad art. You can't get there without it, which kind of sucks, yes. But it kind of softens the bad art in a way. It kind of makes it more okay because you know that you're on the right track if you're making bad art. But if you're making bad art consistently, or what you think is bad art, because I say bad art in quotations because art is subjective, right? And it's just art that you're satisfied with, art that you're like, yeah. And by the way, as an artist, you're probably not gonna feel that way quite often. There's always more we can do. There's always like something you just want to tweak. But I guess that's the beauty of art because it keeps you coming back. It lures you back in like, oh, you could have done that differently. How about next time? And I like to think of bad art kind of like night and day. Like we have to have night in order to have day. We have to have rain in order to have flowers. We have to break an egg if we want to have an omelette. All those kind of philosophies where it's like the good comes with bad, the bad comes with good. Life. The point is, you have to keep showing up. Because if you're like me, I want to show up perfectly every time. I want to sit down and create a beautiful piece of artwork that lights me up and I feel really good and I'm like, oh, that was so fulfilling. Look at this amazing artwork that I've done. It was easy. I love making art. I feel so expressed. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we know that doesn't happen. I mean, sometimes it does, and that's kind of cool, right? But here's my argument as to why you should firstly continue making art and make it badly, and why you should keep it, because there is so much gold in the bad art. There's so much to learn from it. So use your bad art as information, as a way to analyze what is working, what isn't working, why, and what are you going to do next time, or what are you not going to do next time? What is it that you absolutely can't stand about this artwork that you've just made? And now you know what not to do next time, or what's really frustrating you about this particular artwork, and how could you show up differently next time or in another one. I want you to do something for me. I want you to stick it on your wall, all the art on the wall, because it shows you the amount of progress that you're making. Because every time you look at it on your wall, you're going to be in a different state of mind. You might have had a good day, you might have had a bad day. Whatever's going on for you will change how you look at the art. And yeah, you might always think, I don't like that artwork that I did, but you might see different things in it every time you look at it that actually you want to do differently. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I have done that I don't like. And this is gross and cringe for me, yes, but I don't like these artworks, but there are things in there that I can learn from and choose to analyze and take away so that I can create more artworks that I do like. For example, I don't like this particular artwork. And when I look at it, yes, it's because I messed up the face, and maybe because it's a wee bit plain for me. I like to add in bits of color or bits of collage. It just creates more interest for me personally. But it's interesting because at other times I love a line drawing. I love to look at something that's just black and white or pen and paper. But that's what's coming up for me today. So it might just mean that I want to create something today that is more colourful, includes collage, and maybe I collage on the face till I get it to a point where I'm really happy with it, so it's not directly drawn on the paper that I'm going to use. So let's take this one for example. I don't love this one, and I think it's, when I look at it, I'm like, well, why? I think the cloud doesn't do anything for me. I don't like how the shape of the cloud and the darkness of it just doesn't work for me. I also don't think I did the figure very well. But when I look at what I do, I also maybe don't like the brown background. But when I look at what I do like about it, I quite like this color. I quite like that I've drawn into the collage. And I do like that it has elements of drawing and collage, but also poem. I think that's quite nice using text. And I actually like that I used the washi tape that kind of mimics the same colors as the collage. Small things. Really don't like this one. I think it's mostly to do with the paper. It's like a found paper, and it didn't work very well with the type of pen that I was using at the time. I don't think I had a lot of time when I made this, and I just wanted to get something down that symbolized the day. So it's really minimal. It doesn't say a lot to me, and it feels a bit washed out. So then if we turn that around, for me that says I want to have maybe more bold marks or stronger definition. Perhaps I want to use more contrast in the work. So maybe like more of a white or a defined line, less kind of that mottled look. So I know not to approach that anymore. Don't love this one. Again, interesting that it's the brown paper. There's a few of those that are coming up. I like that it's collage. I like the color and the text elements to it. And again, I've kind of matched the washi tape to the text, but I think for me, there isn't enough drawing element. There's not enough me in this for me to feel like it's an authentic expression. Just don't love. It was supposed to be a windmill, if you can kind of see that. This one, I also don't love. I mean, it is old now and it's got various stains on it, but I think again, it's the background color is actually quite important to me now that I'm reflecting on all of these things. So having that base for the environment for the drawing is something that I need to pay attention to. And I think this was too dark, perhaps a too dark a tone. And I've just used a ballpoint pen because I was again in a rush. So it's better than nothing because it's given me a chance to come back actually years after this was drawn and analyze it and think, well, why don't I like it? What am I going to do differently? And I know that maybe a ballpoint pen next to my Post-it notes is not actually going to be helpful. Maybe I use something more like what I prefer, which are these ones, these ink pens, because it gives that stronger look, more of a contrast that I like. And again, there's no collage, there's no contrast in color, so that's probably why. I should be writing these things down for myself, really. This one also, again, that brown background that feels like it drags it down. It's duller. It's very minimal for me. It's line drawing, which some days I do like, and I think I've put more effort to this than other drawings, but I don't love it. It was just to capture that day, to capture that moment and that memory, because I can picture where I was when I did this, because that's me. But again, the figure is drawn very roughly and there's not much color, not much popping out. What do I like about it? Let's be positive, Rhiannon. I like the size and I like the collage. I like that I've done something different with the window. I like that I have some text in it. I would have maybe liked to have this text as collage, but it's quite a lot to say. And I guess there is something about the simplicity. And lastly, this one, again, a brown paper background. Don't love this. I think maybe it's the content for me because it was a sad day, but I don't like what I've done with this collage. I usually don't try and create like shapes and things out of the collage, and I did try that this day, and I don't like it. I don't like the colors, I don't like the sharpness of it, but again, that is kind of expressing something on the visual. The person, I think, is quite sort of hidden away. You don't really notice the person as much under all this line. I like that I've used text. I like that I've used collage. I like the composition of the page, but overall, don't love. But there are things here that I can use for next time. So just in contrast, this is one that I absolutely love. I really love this drawing, and it has a colourful collage, but again, minimal, and some text that is collaged in. It's a nice, clear, crisp background, and I've used this pen with it, which means I get a really good contrast, and it's not going to fade as much as, say, another one. I've used quite defined lines where they really speak to what I was trying to say quite simply, and I haven't overdone it as much as, I can tell that I haven't overthought it too much. I've just gone in and created it. So in contrast to those other ones, I can think about what else, how can I recreate this in a different way another time. Thank you for watching, my friend. I really hope that you do continue to make your art and keep the ones that you don't like, because there's so much stuff in there that can really help you to get to the really good things that you do like and create more art that lights you up and makes you feel authentically expressed. And thank you so much for your beautiful comments, for everyone buying my ebook, and like all your beautiful reactions to my videos so far. I've only just started this channel, and it's so encouraging for me to hear so much authentic, genuine, loving feedback from everybody around the world. Everybody around the world. People around the world, such as yourself. So thank you so much. And if you're new, please like and subscribe, because it really helps me feel like I've at least made a small difference to your world in some way and added some value to your day. And that means the world to me. Are you gonna snore all the way through the video? Yeah? Is it gonna be snoring video?